influences do the current exchange rate developments have on the upcoming weekly contract and on the basic Lapis service?
Okay, I think I briefly explained that a little bit just now. For an ongoing batch, the current market is going to determine what price and what the strike the trader is going to go in at for the next trade that they will do. And of course, if there's a wild swing as well, the trader might be doing some hedge as well. And hedge for Lapis is always going to be positive for our users. They will never hedge negative. So if sometimes you will see that there's an activity and then there's a hedge, it will always be positive to the user. So so when there's market condition, there's a wild swing, then they might have to do some hedge to plug the loss. So of course there are some the market conditions will determine what happens. And internally for Julian and myself, we do set an APY for upcoming batch that we feel that's somewhat safe for the market. Yeah, so it does have some implication. I mean, of course, we can't predict what's going to happen, but we try to keep it safe.
Yep. I guess one thing to add in general is it's very interesting that people don't ask themselves these questions when they use other Bitcoin services that are completely intransparent, and they just expect all these things to work out. They don't ask themselves these questions right in the background. At the end, pretty much all these services, they work in a similar manner because there aren't that many ways to generate cash flow out of Bitcoin. So you always need to understand whatever service you're using, you have the same risks. The only difference is that we are very transparent about that. I think that's a very, very important kind of fact. And that's what we live at Cake. For us, that's really important to be transparent. And because we believe if we're transparent, if we give you attractive returns, and if we make it very easy for you to use our services, heck, why would you go to someone else? There's very little reason. So I always understand at the beginning, there's always this aha moment. Okay, so this is how this works. And then once you get more familiar with this, it gets easier and clearer. And that's also maybe a tip of mine, and maybe using you have something to add. Don't jump into a lake with both feet at the same time. Now, obviously, we would love for you to come with all your funds and deposit all your funds. But I also want to kind of explain to you from a reason standpoint, dip your toe into the water and step by step add the other toe and add another leg and go deeper and deeper. The more trust you have, the easier it gets. And we also understand we're starting this right now. I mean, we have a very strong track record, but at the end, it's a new service for you. And so, if try this out, try it out with an amount that makes you feel comfortable, and then step by step start increasing that. The more comfortable you get and the more you understand it, the easier it will be to make those decisions. I think that's a very important one.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything you have to add here?
Yeah, I'd like to add one more thing. It's like Lapis, the fact that it's a service and it's not, I would like to make it clear that it's not a fund. So it's a service, which means that the APY that you see over there, the period and whatever, and all the things that we put up there, those are the instructions that the exchange, our partner that we use, are going to. It's an instruction for them to make crypto options based off of those parameters. So it's a very parameterized instruction. There's no real experts sitting behind it. Like you could predict what's going to happen and all of that. Even for us, when we set APY, we're not predicting that this is what's going to be. We just want to come up with a number that's kind of safe, and that number is going to be passed on to our partners to be traded at that number. There's no real expert, and it's not a fund. It's not like a collective investment or anything like that. We're just passing along what you put in, what the instruction as it is to the partners, and they're going to make the same trade based on that instruction. That's what Lapis is, and this is what we're doing.